Alright, what's going on, guys? Try back again. Here to bring you another video. This video is going to be doing a viewer requested matchup. After last week's episode of The Walking Dead, a couple people asked me to do my breakdown of who would win between Daryl Dixon and Martinez. So my last versus video I did was for Merle versus Morgan. And of course, that's a matchup we probably won't see in the Walking Dead television series. This one, on the other hand, is a matchup I would pretty much guarantee we will see because we've already had some, foreshadowing between the two. They've met each other. They're sort of already kind of competing with each other. In the episode Arrow on the Doorstep, or doorpost, you have, they're kind of meeting each other, and then they're going after some walkers. They had to put them down anyway, but you see how almost right away it became a competition of who could take out walkers better. Martinez calls Daryl a pussy. Don't want to call Daryl a pussy. And they're both kind of like, your lieutenants, so to speak, for Rick and the governor, especially since, Merle has left the governor's group. So it seems like Martinez has sort of come in as the, second in command, so to speak, or kind of like the muscle. Now that Merle's gone, Merle, of course, wouldn't be necessarily somebody that Rick would trust. So Daryl would be his second in command at this point, I would like to think. So the matchup's going to go down probably. We're going to see it in the episode within the next, maybe within the show, within the next couple episodes. I would think either next week's episode or, before the season finale for sure. I would think regardless of what happens, these two are definitely going to throw down. Now, Martinez and Rick have kind of already gone at each other a little bit. And that is kind of telling of Martinez a little bit because he did miss Rick like pretty badly when he had the jump on him. He had a clear shot. Rick was standing still. He was kind of out in the open. He had a fence in front of him. He had the bridge. He was able to get down behind. But Martinez flat out just missed him. Like, just straight up, like, behind, just everything not moving, and just flat out missed him. It's pretty brutal. So, in terms of, long-distance shooting and that kind of stuff between these two, I would have to give the advantage to Daryl when it comes to that. Even though Daryl is not really somebody we know to use firearms too much, he's always got his crossbow. Crossbow's not effective in too long of a range. So long range is kind of out of the question between these two when they do eventually go at it. So it's probably going to be pretty quick that they'll move in closer. You'll have sort of like a mid-range battle. Now, Martinez does typically use heavy, weaponry like an assault rifle, or he's got his Uzi that we saw him have in the last episode. So something like that. Of course, he's going to carry his bat as well, which is effective for killing walkers. I don't know how effective it would be. It'd be effective against people if you can get close enough to use it. But Daryl's got his knife. Bat versus a knife. I don't know. I might give the advantage to the bat, but Daryl's so tricky with his stuff, he could throw the knife, use it as because he did against that walker, a throwing knife. And then, of course, in the mid-range, I think you got to go with Daryl, of course, with the crossbow. He's so accurate with it, so deadly with it, smart, fast, everything like that. So I might give Martinez a slight advantage using the bat in the close range. But in the mid-range, you're going to have to go with Daryl because of the crossbow, I would think. And throwing knives and just overall trickiness. Daryl is tricky. He comes up with little ideas very quickly for what to do, using a trunk to smash a zombie's head. Very creative, he's done lots of things, using the walkers, pulling them on top of him, something I never thought of either when him and T-Dog were in a tight spot. So he's really tricky when it comes to practical awareness and knowledge and cleverness of what to do in a battle-type scenario. Martinez, on the other hand, we don't know that much about him aside from the fact that he is bigger than Daryl. He is stronger than Daryl, so you might give him the advantage with regards to, the bat and close range. But other than that, we know he's a bad shot, even though Rick does have, your protagonist aura. You can't kill the main guy just like that. That would be weak. So, kind of counts, kind of doesn't. But at the same time, he's not as great of a shot, and we don't know as much about him as we do about Daryl. So, on top of that, I don't think Daryl's going to die in the TV show anytime soon. I'd be extremely extremely surprised if he did. I'm going to have to go with Daryl in this matchup. Of course. You know, I think it's kind of a no-brainer. You got to go with Daryl in this one. Even though Martinez is tough and all that, I think that even Merle would probably take Martinez down. And Daryl definitely takes him down. Absolutely. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the matchup. When do you think we'll see it? I think we're going to see it either this weekend or maybe the start of it this weekend. And then probably it'll, the finish between the two where Daryl kills Martinez. I'm going to predict before the end of the season. Maybe in the finale, maybe in the, the episode before the finale. But it depends on whether or not they're going to carry the Governor's story arc through. Because he could survive right through, just like the Governor, if they carry it into the next season, which I'm not sure if they want to do or not. I hope they don't, because I don't want it to feel stale. But you guys know what I'm saying. So, anyway, Trev says Daryl would win. That's all there is to it. So, Daryl's almost undefeated. Almost. Except for Rick. Rick beats Daryl. Protagonist. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev. Same peace.